Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a lovely bank holiday weekend and you're back at school ready to learn and ready to have a fantastic, if not short, week. Today's story is a really lovely one called By the Light of the Moon by Tom Percival. It's all about worries. But don't worry, because it's a reassuring story to soothe a child's worries about moving house. In this story, Ivan is a small child who has moved house, and unfortunately his house feels strange and uninviting at the start. But he soon finds a shimmering light which leads him on a magical adventure. I'm sure lots of you have moved house before, and some of you may have experienced what Ivan has felt in this particular story. So let's listen to the story and enjoy the beautiful illustrations and the message behind the story. Here we go. By the Light of the Moon by Tom Percival. Moving house is a big thing for most people, and so it was for Ivan. There he is with his boxes of toys and his belongings. Ivan's old house had always been so warm and friendly. This new one was not. It was also strange, and his new bedroom felt strangest of all. That night, Ivan couldn't sleep. He stared up at the moon, just as he used to in his old house. And that was when something unusual happened. A shimmering light drifted down to land in the garden. Ivan's heart fluttered. What could it be? He dashed through the house and out into the night. There was the ball of light. Ivan ran towards it. But the light skipped away, leading him from rock to stream and flower to tree, until all of it vanished. There was a flash of light and a small furry something appeared. It had stripes on its tail and a friendly face. The creature smiled and wrote its name in the air in large shining letters. M-O-J-I, Moji. Then it darted off, painting moonlight all over the garden. Ivan gasped as the trees grew 10 times taller and everything came to life. Then Moji painted Ivan with moonlight too. He grew lighter and lighter and lighter until he was flying. He was really flying. Ivan laughed as they soared up higher than the clouds, higher than the stars, until he could almost touch the moon. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Then they swept back down to earth. Together they danced through deep forests, leapt from island to island, and even explored underwater. Ivan had never felt so happy. But all too soon the adventure was over. The Moji turned to Ivan and painted one word. H-O-M-E, home. But this is not my home, said Ivan. Not really. The Moji smiled and lit up the sky with pictures. Pictures of Ivan in the new house. Happy pictures. And Ivan understood. The new house might not feel like home yet, but one day soon it would. The Moji nodded and painted one last word into the sky. Goodbye. The letters hung there for a moment until they, like the Moji, were gone. And that is the end of the story. Quite a short one today. Now, I love the moon, and I love watching it wax and wane each month as it changes from a new moon, like it is over here, wax, 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 all the way until it becomes a full moon. And then the opposite happens, vice versa. It then wanes until it becomes the new moon again. Last week, we had a very spectacular full moon, and in fact, it was called a supermoon because it appears bigger than it actually is by about 30%. Here are some images of the supermoon from around the world. This image was taken in London from the Emirates airline cable car that goes across the River Thames. You can just about see the whole of the moon. It's a bit blurred by some clouds there, but this particular supermoon was a lovely pink colour. Here we have an image of the supermoon over Stonehenge, which is an ancient site in England, in Wiltshire, or in fact in Salisbury, the Salisbury Plain, and it looks quite spectacular there, a big ball of orange glowing in the sky. Here we have one behind the Eiffel Tower in Paris, which I thought was quite amazing too, very deep orange glow. And one last one from New York in the USA, where they were very lucky to have clear skies the whole time the moon was full, and there were lots of lovely pictures that could be taken from the US on the East Coast. I hope everyone that you have enjoyed that story, and I think we can learn from that story that change is difficult. All changes are difficult. Some changes are more difficult than other changes, but there's always a positive side to change. Some changes for the better. In fact, lots of changes are for the better. And life is all about changes, and it's all about finding the best way to deal with change and how we make the best of a situation. Okay. So we're going to have our reflection now. So could you all close your eyes, bow your heads, or look at the candle, ready for our reflection. Thank you for changes, big and small. Help us to be brave and to face them and not be afraid. Thank you for the moon and for the beautiful changes it goes through. Help us to remember that change is part of our lives, and it's how we respond to it that makes all the difference. That's just about the end of our assembly today. One final thing to share before we go, and that is the readers of the week. So Mr. Ackham has asked me to share them today because yesterday we weren't at school. We were enjoying our lovely long bank holiday weekend. So in Key Stage 1, the readers of the week are Syra in squirrels, Isabel in frogs, Anae in butterflies, and Macy in ladybirds. Well done, all of the Key Stage 1 readers of the week. Then in Key Stage 2, we had Arush in ducks, Mason in otters, Isabel in kestrels, Gavin in rabbits, Ericus in foxes, Joe in owls, Logan in eagles, and Ava in wolves. Well done, all of our Key Stage 2 readers of the week. Fantastic reading. I hope you all have a lovely Tuesday and a very good rest of your week. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.